That belongs in a museum.
Like that unleash or additional kill command that can just end the game on the spot.
And I'm pretty sure Naiman is high on life at this moment in time. He's doing pretty well.
By the way, there's also one more added benefit, that small added benefit to the Hammer, because this means that Mad Scientist will not be able to trade with the 2-1 and maybe bring an explosive trap.
And we have seen just the one explosive trap from Naiman so far. I'm not sure if we have the information as to whether they're a possible second. But this does put 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh,
and that
should be enough.
That's
for sure.
Well, he gets 6 from this. Yeah, it's got to be it.
Yeah, it's 7 damage from hero
That's
power.
a lot. Is what it comes down to. You see a smile on BunnyHoppor's face. Okay.
And the main fact there was it engaged kill command, so he can kill command hero power and just go through quite easily. So what a draw.
Yeah, so Naiman is going to win this first game versus the Paladin, locking his Hunter. What does this mean with regards to the lineups?
Well, I think to Aldor this innervated bear.
Well, it seems like even if he Aldors, those minions still do not contest the bear that much, and the bear keeps to be annoying. If he goes for Master, he has that way that we discussed before.
Yeah, and I think if I'm honest, he manages to pull off the muster with the coin quartermaster, it could actually sort of seal the game out pretty early. There's still no direct removal, maybe force of nature, but that's still a fair few turns away for the druid, so that could just overwhelm him.
Oh,
what was that? Forget everything I just said. He just swipes him. Never mind.
Yeah, that was the nightmare for Naiman there. Exactly the card he did not want to see. The swipe will clear off his entire board, and I have to imagine BunnyHoppor goes for it at this point.
Yeah, that's absolutely that will happen, and that's a great play. But on the other hand, even after the swipe, it's still not that bad for Naiman overall, because he can just kill the bear next turn and maybe coin the Belcher.
The thing is that we haven't seen that much of this deck from Naiman. We have not seen Quartermaster yet, so it's possible. And BunnyHoppor does play it safe, go for the swipe. Doesn't want to get coin Quartermastered, but
it makes sense.
It does, but you could imagine a world those living roots, and I'm curious exactly what we'll see. Yeah, he just goes face here.
Yeah, I like that. The minions are going to die anyway, because there's things like hero power. Does really the killing the 1-1 worth more than actually trying to deal some damage to BunnyHoppor? Because although Naiman's looking really good at the moment, he still needs to finish the game out.
Ooh, absolutely.
That is interesting.
Yeah, can he hit with a knife into the 3-1?
I was wondering whether he was going to force of nature then instead.
Yeah,
just for the additional juggles and potentially clear the 2 bigger parts of each Belcher off.
Right, I was actually thinking about that, but I think that given the game state, the fact that Naiman is down so low, holding on to that force of nature.
If you ping the 1-1, 8, 12, 6. Well, now he doesn't have enough damage to kill BunnyHoppor in 2 turns.
Right, yeah, he doesn't have the mana because he did not choose to play the Forgotten Torch last turn, did ping the minion.
So, let's have a look, 6, 7. I'm just working out if he can Ice Barrier, Forgotten Torch, ping this turn, and then do the following turns again, like maybe one turn a little bit late, but whether the Ice Barrier will actually make enough difference, because that 7-7 is pushing for a lot of damage there, pretty much making that Ice Barrier disappear in one hit.
Yeah, I think actually BunnyHoppor can break the block and barrier next turn thanks to Coghammer and the Juggler off of even just his hero power.
Yeah. Well, that'd be 16. So for Naiman right now, it's back to the plan where you just want to deal with the board and draw some cards to prolong this game. Iceland's in a 7-7 protects the block. There's the barrier as well. So yeah, the plan to burn your opponent is gone for the moment, but you can still play the value game.
Yeah, you can still draw Alexstrasza as well, so that's 9 damage over 3 turns. That's not a very straightforward thing to do, especially when you're under so much pressure in a match like this.
Absolutely, but it only shows the power of this Torch Mage deck, how much burst it can offer. Frost Nova is a really nice pickup. It will buy him 1 more turn. He just needs to draw a bit more. Like Alexstrasza is a great option. Is there anything else that you guys can think of to seal this game?
Well, the Frost Nova is a really nice one. If he draws another Doomsayer at this point with that Frost Nova, he may be able to clear off his entire board.
Yeah. Oh, I think as well, like if he draws Alexstrasza.
Yeah, there's that Doomsayer.
Look at that.
Kibler
right
wins this one. Oh my god, there's not an answer either.
And it's so good because BunnyHoppor doesn't have any cards in hand. And even if he gets a Divine Favor, it's only 3 cards in Naiman's hand.
Yep, it's definitely going to be rough. I was going to say, if you drew Alexstrasza, he could actually make the commitment to Alexstrasza, his opponent, and then do like Frost Nova, Frostbolt, Fireball the following turn, and then finish with Pyro. But yeah, the Doomsayer feels pretty good as well. Pretty reasonable.
Yeah, so that entire gigantic board is gone. And Matt
finished the game afterwards.
Well, Consecrate is enough here to both kill the Torison and pop the block. So a really good move from BunnyHoppor. And Naiman hoped that Torison might maybe survive and deal some extra damage there. But it's going down, and the block will be popped at 1. So we might see the Mad Scientist Frostbolt into Mad Scientist to buy one more turn.
Yeah, what's going to be a real struggle though is, especially with this armor up hero power and the drop of the Shredder, buying yourself one more turn doesn't necessarily mean Naiman can actually do anything about it, because almost no matter what he draws, he's just going to instantly be behind anyway.
Yeah, he doesn't have the power of... Ooh, Blizzard is nice.
Yeah, it does
That
actually stop the board and buy some time.
He does not die with this Blizzard here. He's able to freeze the entire opposing board.
Already, and we've seen double Frost Nova, I believe.
Yeah, Naiman is really low on ability to continue. Well, he does just ping and Blizzard Mad Scientist.
So what are the
does Frostbolt the face. This protects him from a possible Cog Hammer or Must for Battle killing him.
And second Consecration in the deck? Probably not. I think mostly people play only one.
Leper Gnome. Oh dear.
So he needs Alexstrasza now, right?
Yeah. He pretty much needs to draw Alexstrasza at this stage. He could draw... he can't even draw oh my god,
that's a huge Alexstrasza.
A huge draw that is huge on the screen, appropriately
Do you appreciate a dragon of that size, Kibler?
I think all dragons should be that size. It's only appropriate.
I think a second Icelands was possibly an out as well, to just Iceland's Leper Gnome and kill the rest of the board. Get something easy to kill from Pilot Sure, but Alexstrasza is definitely...
That is great. That was pretty much...
Oh, and she was flying and then landed on the board.
I mean, that was pretty much power for an additional juggle.
This is really tough for BunnyHoppor.
This game has been absolutely crazy.
Yeah, a roller coaster of emotions. Okay, so if he needs to kill Alexstrasza and just go for the long game.
Oh, light well.
Naiman is just laughing there.
Total wrench in everyone's plans.
New card.
I'm starting to get a little bit worried how long this game will go on for, because it feels like both players are just extending so much.
Well, this is, we see 12 damage in Naiman's hand, but the problem is that Lightwell has to die. He has to kill that
Fireball Lightwell. And then you torch the 3-2 and keep
You can attack into the 3-2 if you want, but yeah, this could, you actually may want to keep your Mad. This is a very bizarre situation of Freeze Mage perhaps wanting to keep the repeat damage of the Mad Scientist in play.
Yeah, I think you just torch and a Scientist on the 0-5 and then Frostbolt maybe, just the Juggler to get it off the board, and then just go all in on drawing those second, the Roaring Torches for the extra burst.
I think you want to keep the Frostbolt for second Icelands, I believe, so that's why torch the Juggler and Fireball into the 0-5. 2 damage to face and pink face.
This is the weirdest game I've seen in quite some time. It is awesome.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. And I would never believe that this kind of Paladin, such a great chance.
Oh, he's just going face.
Okay.
I suppose he's hoping that, although the light... Oh, he's pinging the Lightwell.
So pinging the Lightwell does mean that it can potentially heal itself, and it does.
It does.
Oh, wow.
So he does counter that. Oh, there's the second Consecration.
Well, this is interesting, because it does get rid of the repeat damage source.
But it gives him another secret.
But now this Lightwell's in play.
Such a scary Mad Scientist.
He just has to ping the Lightwell every single turn and hope for the best.
But there is double.
He's just armoring up every turn. The Paladin with the Lightwell armoring up every turn against Freeze Mage. Has this ever happened before?
Well, and it's aggro Paladin. That's the best thing.
And you have to torch face. Again, ping the Lightwell. This game can go either way still.
This game is awesome.
Lady Sliderin.
Oh, heals face.
And there's a Shredder.
Shredder's actually really big as well.
So what is the best card for Naiman?
He has another torch in his deck, but that doesn't. There's a fireball, so he's not
slowly
in range
grinding
to win the game right now. I think, does he have to ping
the Shredder?
If he pings the Shredder, that lets him draw. It makes it more likely that the Lightwell actually heals something that isn't BunnyHoppor, and does give him the ability to. No, he just pings face.
There would be 6, 8 health.
Heals itself. All right, goes to 8.
Goes to 8, and Frostbolt Icelands is possibly 7, and with the ping it's 8.
Yeah,
That's
his Icelands isn't out, and his Roaring Torch isn't out at this point to win next turn.
Oh man, this is so close. And
he does not have many cards left in his deck.
He has 2 more draws, right?
Iceland.
yeah,
That's it.
That's it. That's it.
Oh.
So ping in the face right there. Oh,
So
man.
Naiman with the incredible comeback win on the back of that Alex Strauss that nearly ripped from his hands by Lightwell, but finishes it off, and you see a grin in his face after that ridiculous game.
Look at him. He's just like,
It's like, yeah, well.
you could almost say, I'm sorry, BunnyHoppor. Like, that was kind of weird, but I took the win, so sure.
Oh, man.
I think that's the best game.
I am CVH. This is a Paladin Mirror without a single mysterious challenger here in the semifinals.
We've been saved.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's just create a new meta game.
Yeah. So the Abusive plus Consecration is going to wipe off Naiman's entire board here.
Okay.
But there is a second Sludge Belcher that Naiman killed off the top there.
Yeah, but the BunnyHoppor still has Lothab, which is a really good card as a follow-up. But then, yeah, Sludge Vulture is blocking that damage. 15 health, no heals for now for Naiman.
And what's kind of crazy about this is if there's a Divine Favor draw.
Oh!
Guys, come on, that was good. I didn't even see the card.
I think it's still correct to play the Lothab.
Yeah, this turn, but what this does is your opponent's on 15, you play Lothab this turn, continue to push, and then the Divine Favor just almost guarantees you.
So,
Absolutely.
this is working out very well for BunnyHoppor.
I like Lothab here, and I think you should attack the 2-1 at least into Belcher. Or do some attacks to maybe play around Consecration a bit. Oh, he's just clearing it.
Yeah, I think clearing is fine because at the end of the day, even if it makes your overall board, say, a bit more weak because it's just like 1-1s on the board now, but you just have that Lothab and that...
Going with this route, but not great right now.
There is still that Consecration that maybe can work.
Well, Consecration will potentially allow him to clear through some of this.
Alright, so he's going for the Keeper to save his minion.
Yeah.
And be able to trade into Lothab, I believe.
Okay, this actually works out very well for him. He can trade the 3/3 into the... he does choose to trade the Shredder. He's an Armor Smith.
That's so
what
good.
is it with these drops?
That's actually pretty huge.
Yeah, it will provide him with extra health, and for now he didn't have anything to do.
He would have been dead. He would have died.
he would
If it weren't
just
for
die.
Armor Smith, he would have been dead to that Abusive Sergeant.
He can still die. There is a
can
favor
still
for 2
die.
cards.
We see
that
something
looks like
pointing at that.
something. Blessing of Kings.
We see a bit of a grin on Naiman's face, realizing that he saved himself just briefly with that Armor Smith. But we are going to be going to Game 5.
Game 5 for those guys, and the last decks for them.
Sometimes you just win with it. You know, you just drop it down on a big board, it's game over. But when you don't have that board in the first place, it's very, very lackluster.
But that's actually a great description of every card in BunnyHoppor's hand.
Yeah,
right
pretty
now.
much. Oh, come on.
And this is precisely why this deck that Naiman is playing is very strong in this matchup, because he's able to prevent the Zoo deck from being able to assemble this strong board, and just able to keep those cards just dead in their hand.
And look at this damage. Like, Naiman should have lethal next turn with all those minions and the True Silver Champion and Consecration on top of that. Can BunnyHoppor survive next turn?
He did just draw a taunt. That does something.
That's a thing. I think the problem is...
Wow.
I think the problem is, even if BunnyHoppor survives, I think it doesn't really... All it will delay the inevitable at this point, because Naiman can pretty much ignore a lot of the stuff BunnyHoppor does anyway now, because he's just so far ahead. That True Silver does so much work. He can just tempo heal bot, or get the 2 health, but just add another minion onto the board, just because why not at this point?
We'll keep an attack into Lothab and get the health back. It's not even a tempo heal bot. Getting value.
Full value trade.
Because that's what's important right now.
Yeah.
Getting that value.
Yeah.
He just wants to finish the game on full health. That's the trick, isn't
The
it?
flawless victory.
Yeah.
It's like, who is the Zoo now?
Oh, he's so crazy.
Hello.
Oh, there we go.
Challenger.
Look at the smirk. Brilliant.
Very good-mannered, greets him right back. Oh, there it is.
Oh, and the knives are gonna fly.
Kill Leroy. Oh.
So first knife, the second
will it
knife,
kill
is
Leroy?
it killing
Did he
Leroy?
get him?
And the flawless victory ends with nothing in play.
And Naiman takes it. Naiman's joining Dr. Hippie in the final of the Europe Winter Championship.
We saw these two players meet yesterday. Naiman came out ahead